Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Rise of Kingdoms gameplay from your very own Shappy Gaming. Today, we will not be talking about KVK, despite the fact that we're in it. We do have some other very exciting news for you, though. As you may have read in your system notes, or may not, I'm letting this load up right now. There is a new update coming to Rise of Kingdoms. And it's not one that they announced early or well in advance. It is one that they've announced today. It is called the Easter Excitement Update. It's update 1.0.56. And it starts with, some very normal stuff. There's an extravaganza event, which goes live a week after the update. 7 days of questing for great rewards. Bunny Bonanza. Help the bunnies prepare for their party and win rewards. Scavenger hunt, we want you to win big at the Bunny Bonanza. Better collect those fancy eggs. My initial hunch, it's going to be very similar to a lot of other events. You're going to kill barbs for eggs. You're going to pop those buffs and those boosts to increase your resource production. You'll get eggs that way. And, you'll probably get eggs also from gathering. That's usually how these events tend to go. Exciting, but we'll see how we can use those eggs. My hope is that this is them bringing back the 30k heads, so we can buy 30 gold heads for 30,000 gems. That would be awesome, but we'll see. That is my initial hunch, and you guys will have to keep me honest when it happens. Then we got Protect the Supplies. That's pretty normal. Soroli Assault, also pretty normal. Nothing too exciting there. And Team Draw. Have fun drawing cards to earn fabulous rewards alongside other governors. So that should be interesting. I'm wondering if this is going to be similar to the previous Valentine's Day events where you would have to tap the little red envelopes and get rewards quickly. It might be this, or this may be a return of that event that they tried a little while ago where you could buy a certain number of cards and some person would get gold heads and others would not. If that's the case, I'll make a video on it and create some guidance for you guys to maybe optimize your chances. Spoiler alert. Don't spend too many gems buying a bunch of those. Your odds are probably better if you just use one at a time. Next, and potentially most important, so if you already left, you've made a mistake. If you're here, you're going to want to stay tuned. Gameplay and equipment improvements. This is big. Since its introduction, the equipment system has become an important and well-received part of the game. Sure, it's made people spend more money, and it's totally broken the balance between free-to-play and pay-to-win, but that's okay. In this update, we're adding a whole new element to the system, which will change the strength of some equipment depending on which season you're in. We hope that you'll enjoy this new, more fleshed out system. Sounds great, until it doesn't. New iconic system. For a period after this update goes live, the iconic equipment system will become available for kingdoms entering Lost Kingdom Season 1 or later. So this is really going to apply to pretty much anyone after Lost Kingdom Season 1. Governors can turn certain equipment into iconic equipment by using iconic crystals and gold. That's interesting. Iconic crystals, how do we get those? Initial impression, they're going to have a bundle, so you can buy those. And they're going to have an event, which they talk about in here, to get those as well. Gold, we're always short on gold if you're a T5. If you're not T5, farm gold well in advance. You're going to need it. Iconic equipment provides buffs to troops' base attributes determined by which season of Lost Kingdom the kingdom is currently in. So this is interesting because if you're in Season of Conquest, you can be in a later season, as in like your 9th or 10th KVK. I'm assuming it's just Season of Conquest, Light versus Dark, etc. So I'm curious to see how this comes into play, but I have a lot of concerns about it already. New Artisan Forge event. The iconic equipment system is accompanied by the new Artisan Forge event. Complete quests to gain crystals, including iconic crystals. Iconic crystals can also be purchased from the Lost Canyon shop. Rewards for the Crystal Quest event have also been changed. Some speed-ups have been replaced with iconic crystals. So I have a lot of concerns. My hunch with this new Artisan's Forge event is they'll roll something out similar to Lucerne, where I can complete quests and the free-to-play can get, bottom-of-the-barrel rewards. And the spenders who want to spend $5, $10, $15 on a bundle will get rewarded. I think that this is going to cause problems. I think these crystals add another element to the game, kind of like the museum buffs, where you're going to have to spend money to get them, and it's just prolonging the time that it takes for a free-to-play to become competitive with a pay-to-win. I'm really curious to see what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's my initial impression, is that this is just going to spread the gap even wider, and it's going to make it even harder for free-to-play to really compete. Not that Crystal Tech makes it very easy. This is a big update because you can no longer just expertise your equipment. That was the max that you could do before. But this is now adding to the imbalance that the equipment is adding to the game. I've got a lot of concerns. I worry this is going to be kind of like museum buffs, and it's just going to give Lilith another opportunity to ask for more money. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We will now talk about the third part, which may be very exciting for a number of you, and that is the Lost Kingdom Desert Conquest improvements. So Desert Conquest, a lot of people did it. They said it was very slow, so let's see if they solved any of that. We've made a number of improvements to Desert Conquest, and with this update, we'll be making it available to all kingdoms starting Season of Conquest. Cool. The story is now available for all kingdoms entering Season of Conquest, and they added new buff effects for level 4 passes. Troops entering the Sea of Death from a level 4 pass will receive huge buffs to march speed. That's really important. Remember when I said it was slow? There were a lot of issues where when the pass opened, you'd be sprinting for like 45 minutes to try and meet in the middle somewhere. And so the increased march speed is really going to speed this up a little bit. And then you got increased march speed of routed troops, which means if your troops die out there, they're going to get home quicker, and then they'll get back out with the number 2 there. So that's great. That's really, really good. Improved map balancing, adjusting the coverage of holy sites and bastions. That really doesn't tell me anything reading that, so I couldn't tell you. And reduced difficulty of some of the Lost Kingdom Chronicles events. They've told you absolutely nothing about what the difficulty was and which events are affected, so I guess we'll find out. Next, event improvements. Champions of Olympia. We've added a new map and improved rewards. Yay! Enjoy the fight. Changes are as follows. The new Echo Canyon Night map is now available. Attack the Fire Thief when he appears in Echo Canyon to grant buffs to your team. So one of my complaints about Champions of Olympia is that it was just very linear. It wasn't terribly exciting. You always got paired with, crummy teammates. It seems like they're trying to make it a little bit more exciting and not just dueling, which I really appreciate. And they've improved the rewards. Equipment material choice chests can now be exchanged up until the Glorious Gold League. So that's good. I hope they don't gate it too badly. It says up until the Glorious Gold League. So I hope they don't gate it behind being a whale. That would really suck. Protect the supplies. We've designed a new challenge, Armed to the Teeth, adjusted the difficulty level, and increased the star level limit from 25 to 30. Oh boy. After reaching 20 stars, you can claim all non-leaderboard rewards. Okay, so that's good, but I'm worried that they've scaled the difficulty too high there. We'll see. The Heart's Desire event will begin when the Legendary Tavern becomes available. Governors will be able to select their 5 preferred commanders from a selection and receive specialized chests containing plentiful custom rewards, which can be unlocked using Sovereign Keys. So this is good. If you guys watched my Legendary Tavern video, which I'll be sure to link now, right on the top right of your screen, I didn't really think it was worth it. I went through, I pulled them. You get a whole bunch of gold heads, but they're not really practical for general use because you get gold heads for commanders you don't really care about. But feel free to go check that out. Now, I think this is last but not least, we have some other changes. They added a notice for Season of Conquest when Season 3 Light vs. Dark ends. Governors will be able to see a preview of Season of Conquest. Cool. Added the ability to cancel Ark of Osiris practice matches. I didn't really know that was an issue. Added more Master and Commander achievement quests. That's great. The number of troops returned by the Troop Return Scroll in the Relentless Warriors event has been changed. Each Troop Return Scroll now returns 1% of dead troops, minimum of 5,000. So that's interesting. Up until now, that Troop Return Scroll was kind of useless. But now if you could get 10 of those, you're getting 10% of your dead troops back. That's not bad, especially if you're killing 100 or 1 million, 2 million troops. That's 200K back. That's definitely worth looking into. I think it all comes down to cost and how much you're willing to pay for that. Change the notice for Mightiest Governor event. You can now see more custom commander rewards in the notice screen. Not sure what that means. And change the method for acquiring the Hidden Lotus theme. It can no longer be acquired from the Victory in Hand event, but instead can be acquired from the new Glory of Battle event. Glory of Battle event will only be available for governors creating new characters and kingdoms that launched on the 9th or later. And this affects no one else. So I hope that this has been insightful to you. I am very, very curious to see what happens with the equipment. I have some doubts. I think that this is going to cause problems. I think it's going to widen the gap between free-to-play and pay-to-win. And I think that Lilith is literally just creating an opportunity for them to repeat what they did with the museum, create bundles that you can buy, and then have a Lucerne Scrolls type event where you can also spend money on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to disagree, I do respond to every single comment, so I appreciate it. I hope that you've enjoyed. I know I have. Shappy out.